We are back, and we are back for a reason. The loft is open, the suitcases are down. So then, let's start taking out some of this stuff we are not going to need. Assistant today is supposed to be Marky. But I found these little babies on Amazon. Handy tips is my foldable wash basket. Hello and welcome back to the channel. We are back, and we are back for a reason. You guessed it, the loft is open, the ladders are out, which means one thing, the suitcases are down. For me, normally, they're down months in advance. So this is literally leaving packing to the last minute for us, which means I've got to be efficient. I've got to utilise all of the tools that I've prepared in all of the years that we've done this kind of a holiday, and I've got to get it done. If you've been following our immigration journey over on the Hides Florida Life, you will know that we had our application petition approved, and we are currently awaiting the MVC processing to be able to get all that signed off and get the visas in the passports and our brown documents to be able to get our green card, basically. That's still kind of like a couple of months away, we reckon. So this trip for us, really on the basis that we had the visa petition approved, now is kind of a lot more about familiarising ourselves with the areas that we're interested in, as well as a holiday for the family. Yes, you'll be coming along on a two-pronged holiday this time. But with all of that in mind, packing is going to be a little bit different to what it normally is, as well as the fact that we're not doing Disney and Universal, which you already know from our sort of like trip planning vlog. But either way, we've got suitcases to pack, we've got things to buy, we've got lists to check through, we've got a lot to do. Let's get these bad boys open and have a look at what we will and won't need from last year's holiday that we could need this one. Right then, so as we've already established, this is kind of more of a bit of a resort type holiday. We're going to be going around and doing stuff tied up with the move. As we start this packing process, I do have a packing list, and I use what I find to be, for me, a really useful tool. I've tried lots of different things throughout the years. I've had a handwritten book where I've had a list. I've used, it was an app that I found on my phone that was called Wonderlog, which is also a really, really good tool. But for me, the easiest thing to have is, because I've already got a Gmail account, is to use Google Keep. So I can access my Google Keep on both my phone and on the computer, which means that my packing list I can call up on here, which is always really handy. When I was handwriting a list, I'd have to rewrite it every time, whereas with Google Keep, I've just got lots of little check boxes, so I can uncheck them and check them. So I already have a Disney version of this packing list, I have a cruise version of this packing list, so I've got multiple versions of this packing list depending on the kind of holiday that we're going on. So then, let's start taking out some of this stuff we are not going to need. Definitely not needing the Universal lanyard. We're going to use this side of this one to put in all the stuff that we're not needing. So no Universal lanyard, no wands, no magic bands. Corkscrew bottle opener, definitely a requirement. Sockets, also requirement. Crazily enough, this was an interesting little gadget that I got from Amazon. It is almost like a crossbody holder, but you can drop water bottles and things in there, or a bottle. So handy to be able to not have to be holding a drink at all times. On the basis that you get absolutely drenched at Infinity Falls, I have my little handy microfiber trespass towel. This is great for chucking in a park bag if you know you're going somewhere where there's water rides and you could get wet, rather than buying a towel in a park and it costing you a fortune. Just whack this little beauty in your rucksack. As somebody attending on holiday type situation and staying in hotel rooms rather than staying in like villas or condos or things, we didn't always have access to bowls or cutlery or kitchenware or something. And we always are the kind of people that like to have breakfast in the room, just cereal or something nice and easy like that. We're not big breakfast people in that sense. So one of my other things to always make sure I pack was to get like some plastic picnic bowls and some like plastic picnic spoons, so that we could have breakfast in the room and then just head on out to the parks. But we got something to be able to do it, so we could go to the supermarket, go and buy some cereal, go and buy some milk, put that in the fridge, and you got access to a nice easy breakfast. But on the basis that we are staying in a DVC suite this time, and there will be some kitchenware in there, I'm not going to need these. Other really handy thing to take, tea towel. Because if you are going to do something like that with the bowls and you need to wash them up in your room, you could always use the towels there. Sometimes you might just want a nice little handy tea towel. Right, sliders are a definite, and pool bag are also a definite. We have talked about maybe going to the beach for the day, so like beach blanket towel thing for everybody to sit on also may be required. No ears. No Halloween Horror Night headband. Yes, crossbody bag. Travel hairdryer. Also a must in case the ones in the room are terrible. Electric toothbrush charger. We always just leave one in the suitcases, so we've always got one. I'm not going to be needing magic band chargers. Finn definitely wants the ball for the pool, so that needs to stay in. So these are our pre-purchased ponchos. The only thing that I did find with these was that they are quite big and bulky. And because we try to reduce how much we take in the bags, we took them on holiday with us last time and we never ended up actually using them. And when we were out in the park and it chucked it down with rain, if you watched our August vlogs from last year, you will know that we ended up spending over $100 on ponchos that day because we didn't pack them. So I'm going to put them in the maybe pile for now. So I'm going to think about these a little bit. Not going to need Cabana Bay refillable mug, nor the cocktail refillable mug. Not going to need Typhoon Lagoon mug. Again, no to ears. However, as we are staying on site at Saratoga Springs, and it is technically a Disney resort, it might be worth us taking last year's Disney resort mug and seeing if we can pay to get that reactivated rather than buying a new one. Other than that, now in my sort of other bits and bobs, if you like, this is the kids' pool bag. So where we've got things like their goggles and their sinkers, and on the basis that we are going for kind of like more of a resorty stay at Saratoga Springs, them having things like the goggles and the toys for the pool. I want to say toys for the pool, but you know, they're much older kids now. We are talking literally sinkers and goggles, and obviously we've got the one little ball that we showed you and pool balls. So yeah, all of these will be coming. That is where I'm going to leave this for today, because the next thing to work out is clothes, and that is a much bigger conversation, because we're going to try and cull this holiday down to maybe 3 cases if we can, and on the basis that we're doing this more of a let's get to know the area, get out of and about, rather than just being parks and that kind of thing. We shouldn't technically need as much of the extra stuff that I make everybody else take, let's be honest about it. There's Disney t-shirts, there's Universal t-shirts, and obviously you can't wear one in the other park because that's just, you know, that's not a done thing. It just doesn't go with my feng shui. So we don't need to worry about so much of that. We don't have dedicated clothing for SeaWorld. Jacob already wears a load of, like, and Finn, of NASA t-shirts anyway, because they work at either Universal or Disney, and they'll work at NASA. So clothing wise, I should be able to cull half of the stuff that we take because I'm a bit overly pedantic about the clothes, which I'm going to have to get over. So let's get these zipped back up again and we will come back to it later in the week. It is Saturday morning and today it's all about clothes and stuff. I'm going to go around everybody's wardrobes and try and pluck out some ideas for outfitsy type things for them to wear. And then, yes, start trying to get some stuff actually in the suitcases. Mark's going to follow me around a little bit to help, only because we need to start working out what things we don't have, what we do need to get. Right then, let's get packing. Assistant today is supposed to be Marky, assistant packer.
I'm sunbathing with my dog. Oh, kind of.
Roxy and Belle will be no help whatsoever. It's starting with the cases and the swim bag. Finley, we're going to start packing. Do you want to choose what t-shirts we're taking of yours? Or do you want Mummy and Daddy to just decide for you?
Just decide.
So you're not interested in picking out shark t-shirts or anything? You're happy for us to just choose?
Just choose.
Yeah? Question. With regards to packing your stuff for holiday, do you want to choose your clothes or are you happy for Mummy and Daddy to do it?
You can do it.
Okay, there we go then. Mummy and Daddy are doing all the packing. As you can see, I have already lost my partner in crime because he's now looking at cars for Florida. I mean, he just spends his life looking at cars here. I just think this is an excuse to get out of packing myself. But what can you do? So, the question is how many t-shirts? And we're going for 14 days, aren't we? So, do I do my usual 14 t-shirts? Then at least we've got a change for if he gets himself all grubby one day. Decisions. What have we got? I think both of the shark ones need to come. He'd be upset if I didn't bring them. I think he's going to want some nice, comfy, sportswear, stretchy, breathable. I know we're not technically going, but he's going to want to take his Velocicoaster t-shirt. I suppose we've got to take at least one Mickey t-shirt, haven't we? Obviously a bit of tropical palm. Holding up the Brit flag, of course. He never actually wore that at all last year, so I'm definitely going to put that one in so we at least get a bit of wear out of it before it doesn't fit him. Ron John with the surfing shark. I think that one's got to come. And he'll forever be my little prince, so I think that one comes as well. He might be shaking his head at me right now, but I'm going to ignore him. Another sporty one. Nice comfy. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
It's a plain navy blue one.
I would say I'd probably only use that if we're going anywhere like Longhorns or like.
Or somewhere that's a bit nicer.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah.
Okay. A little bit like your shirt with your t-shirt, like if you want somewhere.
Yeah.
Right, how many have we got then? So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that side. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 14 t-shirts. Shorts. 1.
Don't lean on them.
Those match your shirt, so 2.
Start belt. Stay
Oh
around.
no, she always likes to go lie on the clothes, doesn't she? What's that got? To go with that t-shirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so that is Finley. Check.
Good job, Molly.
Right, this is the holiday swim bag. Just waiting for Jacob, and then I think we're done with the swimwear. These were our biggest success when we went at it last year.
Yep.
These phone cases, because we were allowed to use them around the water parks, which meant we were able to put phones in them, and it enabled us to record as well. So we were able to take photos and still record using our phones in these. So it was very handy. So yeah, would recommend you look into maybe getting yourself some waterproof pouchy things. We got these off Amazon. That one's a Spigen one. And this one is Caseology. So yeah, these were the two that we used. We've come to the conclusion that Jacob needs new swimwear because it's all a bit small. He needs to stop growing, that kid. He's costing us a fortune. So none of that's any good. Right, swimwear sorted. Managed to salvage one set of the kids and then had to order them some new. £166 later for new swimwear. Oh my God, these kids need to stop growing. Right then, into Jacob's room. Let's go through his wardrobe now and figure out what we're taking. T-shirt to take. Yes. Take. Yes. Take. No. Right, shirt we'll take with your shorts, just so you've got something just a little bit casual smart in case we go somewhere nice. Yeah? T-shirt for travelling in. Nice and comfy. Yes or no? He's got his head in his hands right now because it's the subscribe T-shirt. Yes. Grogu. Yes. Kung Fu Panda. No. Mickey? Yeah? Try this NASA one. Oh, that one's good. Tattooing Traders. Yeah, that one's all good. Try that one. Yep, that one fits. Groot. Yeah, I'm gonna try Groot. That's get awayable with it. We can get away with that one. Ooh. How to Train Your Dragon. Toothless. Well, we only bought that last year, so hopefully that one still fits. Yay, Toothless. Appropriate for Epic Universe, even though it won't be open when we get there. We'll have to tally that up and see how many we've got, but it's not a lot. 10, 11. So we're a couple short, so I think we're going to need to order three T-shirts. Not too bad. Thank you, Jacob.
Okay.
Shorts next. That's what we got.
No.
No, I think this is going to be a height thing more than anything else. So I think he's going to need to try on anything that says it's an age 12, even though he is 12, because he's gotten really tall. That was not successful. None of his shorts fit him either. He's just getting so tall. I think we established he's grown about a foot since last August. And so it means that all of the shorts, when he put them on, were literally like boxers. Good God, that's another 64 quid on shorts for Jacob. It doesn't stop, does it? Mark's now looking at trainers for himself, because he never got any. It's going to cost us a fortune before we even get there. Next, we're on to Marky's stuff. How many pairs of shorts have you put at the back? He's put his bucket hats in, which he puts in every year, and he never wears them.
3,
So I'm still trying to understand why the bucket hats are going in again.
6 pairs of, because this time we might be sitting around pools for a change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take them this time, and if they don't get worn, you can leave them there.
He's just never going to wear them.
Wear them there. I'm going to wear it when I go to the salt shack.
Right then, so he's got 6 pairs of shorts. Right, do you want to go and find yourself some matching T-shirts? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 T-shirts. We're going for 14 days. Right then. Right, what we've got going on up here, because like I said, the holiday wardrobe up here is extensive. The dresses aren't in here though. The dresses. Wrong wardrobe. Other wardrobe. I've not got 2 wardrobes. You know, I don't have that many clothes. We may need to slim all of this down before we travel. Like, move it all out there, because I'm never going to wear half of it again. I don't think I can fit in half of it anymore, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. I've kept them with a view to the fact that I will get back into them. No. It's not happened so far. Don't see it happening again either. The infamous Halara dresses. I'm thinking they may come with for days at SeaWorld. It's gone ever so dark. I've had to turn the light on. I'm an outfits girl. So when we go on holiday, I literally end up with 1 top, 1 pair of shorts that go together, and then I'll take I'm going to take 14. That's what's going to happen. I'm I'm going to have a separate set for every day. So we've got like black jean shorts with a stripy vest. I've got my little copper coloured vest here with my flowery skirt. White vest with these black shorts. These are technically my Pandora shorts, but I do love them a lot. That'll be worn with a black vest, which is mixing and matching with this skirt. Now, you're going to tell me that the two look very similar. I know. And I do own, like, every colourway and pattern in this skirt because I just love it. And then black vest to go then with... Oh, look, it's another one of those skirts, just in a different pattern. Navy vest with these shorts, which I also own in multiple colours and stuff. So I love these. A bit of a tropical vibe, creamy vest. With these, like, again, really nice and light, given it gets so hot. And I've got like a blue, like peplum cropped vest thing to go with this stripy palmy skirt. These red flowery shorts here with this red booby tube. These black dot ones with oranges, very Florida appropriate. With another black tube top. And then last shorts outfit are these red ones, which are another version of that short look. Love them. With this blue one. And then, as I said, I've got a couple of, like, it's a tropical dress. Pull-on dress there as well. Yeah, that's mine. Plus, I've got 4 of those kind of, like, athletic dresses. Right then, let's have another look and actually count up, because I might have, like, nearly 3 weeks worth of clothes there. Mark has also said that he doesn't want to buy any of the things that we normally buy. So, like, shampoos, stuff like that. Now, I know technically, before anybody tells me, it's cheaper here than buying it there. We know that. But we're going to have to get used to the fact that these things cost a fortune there. And we might not be able to get the brands that we used to, but we've got to go and find stuff. So Mark kind of has got this whole idea that we should just go out there and that we should go shopping for it when we're there. So we get to know how much it costs and where we can buy stuff from that we want. So let's start the process of getting some of this stuff actually into suitcases. Woo! Just another thing to check with people, right? I saw this on the internet or on the TikTok, on a Facebook thing years and years ago, where like you should distribute everybody's clothes across as many suitcases as you're taking. On the basis then that if you lose one of your suitcases or 2 of your suitcases, if everybody has got stuff in all of the cases, you're all guaranteed to have something to wear. And so that also adds to the chaos of I say not chaos because it's more of an organised, structured, pedantic approach to packing that I have. We talk about the fact that Jacob's got autism, and I do swear sometimes that, you know, maybe I should get myself tested because I seem to have so many traits. It's unreal. I've got it all sorted into piles now. We're going to try for 3 suitcases rather than taking 4. And I've split all of our clothes across the 3, as I said. So that's all done and dusted. And now I just need to pile it all in and see how we get on. Things that I love when I do this packing for this is that obviously swimwear, it's big, it's bulky, it takes up so much room. But I found these little babies on Amazon and I reuse them every trip. They're like compression bags, but you don't need to use a vacuum for them because obviously you're not got a vacuum when you're on holiday. But like you just press all the air out and yeah, less space in the case. So if I show you these are like the toweling things that I put kids put on after the pool. So there they are, all just put in with it not really all sucked out. So excuse me while I just get all the air out. And there we go. After I've kind of nailed on them and done them up, and then they've got like a little vent. You kind of push it all together, but look, it's all squished down. Nice and easy for packing. Love these. Right then, I've had enough for today. All the clothes are in, Good step forward. See you later. Welcome back to packing part 3. Yes, it really does take me that long. It's terrible really, isn't it? Like I said, I've got to get better at being one of these people that can throw it all into a case the week before we go and not get so funny about it. I've got a few things just to throw in. All the clothes went in last week, obviously. This week, it is anything new that came that we ordered. And then I've got to sort out things like pants and socks and trainer socks and stuff. So that's all got to go in. And then pretty much they are done apart from toiletries, which will literally get chucked in before we go. This is the last of the sort of like planned packing side of things. And other than that, it'll all just get thrown in probably the Tuesday before we go. Right then. Let's get started putting these last few bits in. Got to put the swim stuff in as well, so I've got to put them in those bags that I showed you last time. Put the shoes in and jobs are Bobby. Funnily enough, it is not me adding clothes to the cases this time. It is the kids and Mark. So I'm literally going to have 2 weeks worth of clothes.
I'm not adding stuff to it.
They have all got...
I thought these... Have you already packed all my clothes in? What are all these?
I could put a couple of extras in, but yeah, it's them, not me. Now, I tried packing cubes once and I just found it was a bit of a pain. But what I do is the packing cubes that I did buy, I do use them for putting pants and socks in, just to help try and keep all pants and socks together. And like I do with all the clothes, I split them over as many cases as I'm taking to make sure if we ever lose cases, we've all got pants and socks. And then pants and socks are in, apart from some new packs of pants which I've had to order the boys. More money. And then swimwear is all in these vacuum seal bags that I showed you last time. See how like little room they are now going to take up. Winning. Now just to put all the shoes, all the swimwear in the case, and that will be enough for today, because then it is just toiletries, the last few bits and bobs, and that can just wait until like a week on Monday or Tuesday. So now to put all of this in there. Go over there. One of those in there. This one in here. One of my other little handy tips is my foldable wash basket. Love that. So you don't have to have a pile of clothes anywhere. All goes in that. Right then, let's get all these humongous shoes in here. I'm thinking I'm going to split the larger trainers, one lot in each case, because they're mahoosive. Always tend to put the shoes down the bottom of the case. Let's crack on with the rest of this. Right then. That's as good as it's going to get for today. We should probably chuck them on the scales in a second and see what weights we're at. And whether we will get away with 3 cases or not. Because the last things to go in here are some basic toiletries and my makeup bag and hairbrushes and stuff. Half the time, they're really heavy. You know, it takes a lot to make this look holiday ready. I can't see it. It stopped. It stopped. Step off, step off, step off.
113. I'm 94, so that's 19 kilos.
Okay, so there's a bit in that one.
Yeah, we've got plenty of weight. It's just the individual case weight that's the thing.
Yep.
So,
Stopped.
same.
Yeah?
Same.
Same.
About 19 and a half.
Okay, last case. Okay, it's flashing.
111. That one's like 17 and a half.
So we think 3 cases might work.
I think for the first time in the miracle of history of travelling with you.
And our children.
3 cases.
Woo! And that brings us to the end of this Pack With Me vlog. which was over 3 weeks really. So if you made it to the end of this video, it's a miracle, so thank you. Now that means we're at the end of the packing video that we are only now 3 sleeps away from travel day, which we are super duper excited for. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification button, and then they will inform you as soon as the next vlog comes out, because inevitably now packing is done, travel is on the way. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give us a thumbs up. If you've got any questions about our upcoming trip, drop them in the comments below and we will get back to you as soon as we can. We will probably be doing more in the way of some social media drops during the holiday rather than doing the vlogs while we're there. So yeah, follow along on our social channels on Instagram and Facebook, and then you can get a few little sneak peeks, some pictures, some little reels on our trip as we're going along. Otherwise, you know, give me 2 or 3 weeks times and the vlogs will be up for you. So thank you very much for watching and following along with our awfully big adventure. And if you're interested in our move to Orlando, then please flick over to our other channel, The Hides Florida Life, and please subscribe and watch there. And you can see us as this British family from the Midlands move all the way to the United States of America and our favourite place, Orlando, Florida. Thanks again for watching and we will see you soon. Bye for now.